All right, moving on. Two senior U.S. officials are in India this week for a high-level meeting.
The talks are aimed at pushing for deeper trade, political and strategic ties, and the visits come just days after Russian President Vladimir Putin's trip to Delhi, making the timing especially significant.
Now, the U.S. is rolling out a carefully calibrated diplomatic push in India. Washington is expected to press New Delhi on economic issues, emerging technologies, and shared security priorities in the Indo-Pacific. The U.S. State Department says that the Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs arrives for a 5-day visit. She will hold talks with India's Foreign Secretary.
The American delegate will also travel to Bengaluru, where she is expected to visit ISRO and meet private sector leaders. A second delegation, led by a deputy U.S. trade representative, is also landing in India this week. Their goal is to finally conclude the first phase of the long-pending bilateral trade agreement between India and the U.S.
The visits come at a sensitive moment. Just days ago, Russian President Vladimir Putin wrapped up a 2-day state visit to India. Delhi and Moscow set a bold target of $100 billion in annual trade by 2030. Meanwhile, the U.S. has penalized India's imports of Russian crude oil, and this by imposing 50% tariffs on several Indian exports to the U.S. Even so, Washington remains New Delhi's largest trading partner, though Indian exports to U.S. have slowed recently.
The talks this week also follow the latest meeting of the India-U.S. Joint Working Group on Counter-Terrorism. Both sides condemned the recent terror attacks in Pahalgam, in Kashmir, and near the Red Fort in Delhi. They called for more UN sanctions against groups like the Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed.